Welcome back, everyone, to Short Splats. I'm Jared. Today, we're going to take a look at us. We get a lot of questions about how we started, why we started, where we started from. Just a quick, short history of how we became where we are today. First off, let's hit up Jimmy J and see what's going on with the Blairstown Diner and the Friday the 13th Minicon. Let's go.
Save the date! Friday the 13th, May 2022, the only Friday the 13th of the year. Yours truly, Jimmy J, and the Horror 365 team are coming back to Blairstown. And for what? The first ever Friday the 13th Minicon, all hosted by the Blairstown Diner. Guys, girls, horrorheads, tickets are on sale next Thursday, January 13th. Stay tuned. More announcements are coming your way for another killer time in Blairstown. We'll see you there.
Alright, thanks, Jimmy J. That's the Blairstown Minicon. I need to get rid of that light. I don't need it anymore. Anyway, so we get a lot of questions about what we do, where we came from, when we start, our history. So basically, I'm going to get down to it now. We started in basically the beginning of 2015. Me and the wife have always went to haunted attractions a bunch. Every year we've been together. And I've been going since I was a very small kid. So I have decades of experience in haunted attractions, and the wife's pretty much up there with me. So there's not a lot we haven't seen in a haunt. Vegas brought some new stuff to us, but all in all, I've been out and out of these my entire life. Our first blog post was May 10th, 2016, and the reason that I started HalloweenHaunts365.com is we would read the paper, and I guess they had the backup sports guy or whatever go through a haunted attraction, and all of a sudden it was the top 10 haunt in the world. And me and the wife left there giving it about probably 3 blood splats if we were judging by then. We're so tired of the media just taking in and giving credit to all these haunts that, I mean, I'm not saying they don't deserve it, but there's better out there. There was no true, real ranking of these haunts. So I started thinking, and I wanted to start a blog, but I had no idea what to start a blog about. I was a decent writer, so I came up with the idea to start reviewing haunts. And I'm sure there's other groups that do that. So looking around, I found a few. And we're not going to name names here, but I started noticing that some of the haunt reviews were just like the press. Everyone was getting 5 stars. I'm like, really? Everyone? You love that place? So I knew I had a spot in the demographic, because I had a way of breaking down shit differently than other people. Well, we needed a name. And I racked my brain on this for months after I had the idea. What the name? Because, there's other groups out there. You don't want to copy other groups. You don't want to copy other groups. So I'm thinking, why? So I also knew how Google works, and to be able to be found, that your name needs to hit certain things in a Google search. So, all this shit happens during Halloween time. Alright, I should really have Halloween in the title, but do I want to have Halloween in the title? And honestly, to this day, I'm still not extremely happy with the name, but it's too late now. And haunts, because that's what we're going to. And then 365, because I noticed a lot of the review groups only covered haunts during the season. And I wanted to do more than that. I wanted to cover haunts in the off season. I wanted to cover news. I wanted to cover horror because it's always been such a big love of mine. So when it came down to it, 365. So I'm like, Halloween Haunts 365. That's a mouthful. So we came up with a logo on Microsoft Paint. Now here's the first logo. Yeah, that's awful. You can see how it's like cut off right in here. Oh man, wow. But I was so proud of that because I had no idea how to do it. So I sent that to the printer. She couldn't do hats, but she could do shirts. So we got the shirts and we started along our way. And then I needed to design a website. So I started looking at what kind of websites I wanted to do. Like I said, I originally wanted to start a blog about haunted attractions. So I went to Blogger and saw that I could actually buy a website and link it to that website. So I did, and Halloween Haunts 365 was available. So we did that. And I had no idea how to set up the blog. I screwed it up probably 7, 8, 9 times and had to start all the way over. And then I ended up with something like this. So you can see this is an old pic. It's an old version of Chrome. And look at this. Back in 2017, I was talking about doing a podcast. And then that's our first award, which I'll show you a better picture in a second. So yeah, that was early Halloween Haunts 365. That was right after our first season, I believe. So you can see there's no pictures, no cool distinguishing logo, just that weird white Halloween Haunts 365. I mean, we had to get the name out there. So the website was very slow to start. Very little views. Very little views. But then it started picking up and getting views, getting a lot of feedback from the haunt and the haunt owners. And a lot of discussion on whether or not we should do a blog for the owners, since it was Clark from Bloodshed Farms that brought that up, and it's still in my head of maybe doing a segment for the owners. But I would have to make it private because I don't want people to get a hold of like other ideas, because I can't go to like Reapers and like, oh guys, they have this, and this. This would fit over here if you did it like this. And it'd be too hard, and it's just, I just want to be a general haunted attraction website, and that's what we became. A lot of ups and downs, some crazy seasons, some not so big seasons. We have our 7th season coming up, so every year we grow. We haven't had growth like we have in this past 2 years with the start of YouTube, start of the podcast, start of Short Splats, which is just little daily segments of haunt stuff coming up, horror stuff coming up. Now, Facebook has never been a big hit for us. I don't know why. I mean, I don't really enjoy Facebook that much anyway, but, everyone's on Facebook. So, Instagram is up to like 1,400 plus followers. Twitter is up at 1,400 plus followers. I just actually started getting active in Twitter again. And the website to date, which is a figure I'm very proud of, because you don't get to see it from the site, whereas if you have a YouTube channel, I can see how many subscribers you have. If you have Facebook, I can see how many followers you have. The website to date is 124,271. Wow. I mean, just looking at the number, I never thought to get there. And I'm playing that game all over again with YouTube. Watching subscribers go up and down, up and down. And, I'm not in this for money, but I want people to get the word of these haunted attractions. So the more subscribers, the more word gets out there. That's the biggest thing for me is I'm going to work hard on this. The haunts are going to work hard at what they do. And I want people to see actual opinions and not the newspaper or Fox or ABC or CBS. Actual people that know what they're talking about when it comes to a haunted attraction. That's how HH365 was born. Then, about, I want to say it was 3 years ago, we had a complete rebranding. Ivana Ramos made that logo, and I fell instantly in love with that logo. As you can tell, it's everywhere. It's on that clock back there, too. You can tell things by a logo. Everything's got a logo. McDonald's got a logo. YouTube has a logo. I wanted that for Halloween Haunts 365. So, we did the rebranding, and the talks came up again about a podcast. And how do you fill a haunted attraction podcast without getting very deep? So much so that it just really pertains to the haunted attraction community. And you can go that route, that's fine. But I wanted a more public arena to do. So we finally figured out that people want to listen to haunt reviews. So we started putting that on there. People love horror reviews. I have a ton of horror podcasts lined up in my iPhone. People love true crime podcasts. I have a ton of that in there. So it really gave us a chance to branch out. And that's slowly growing, but it's growing. People are listening. Podcasting is a lot of fun and a lot of work. And I'm really happy we finally just set to it, figured out how to do it. And just now, like 40 podcasts in, I finally have the audio I want. Just tinkering and toying and everything. It's overwhelming. But that's really where we started. And we built a hell of a following, and we want to thank you guys so much for following. We do it for you guys. I love reviewing haunts. I can't wait for every season to get there. And, there's other groups, but there's other groups that, if someone was let in, they're given 5 stars no matter what. And that's just not the way to be. There's other good ones that do a good job. But I always notice with the, review groups and the news or everything, they're all based somewhere. Some guys are just on YouTube. Other guys are just on Facebook. Other guys just do this. Other guys do this. I wanted it all. I've been planning a podcast for, 7 years now? And the YouTube. We've always had the YouTube channel, but only started really using it September. So really, to be at 100 subscribers in just that short amount of time in such a little area of stuff, because really all we've done is horror, haunt reviews, and one true crime that was shittily done, and the next one will be better. We're still working on that. I've been working on that for a month, because we need to keep the group entertained. But that's Halloween Haunts 365 in a nutshell. That's how we got here. That's how our story started. My undying love for everything scary and Halloween, and my wife is luckily the same way. And we provide a pretty different insight to owners and operators and to the media. I mean, we know what it takes. We know what makes for a good haunt. So a lot of times things that come up on the website happen. I'm not saying it was us, but I'm just noticing a few things that come up after. At first I wrote all this. I mean, just typing away nonstop. And here we are. Now the website's more of an advertisement. I mean, I may still write the haunt reviews. I'm not sure. I've done it for so long that I probably will. But we'll also have videos for every one of them in 4K footage now, which you guys have no idea how long that took to work out. But, I mean, it's the little things that make the dream happen. But thank you all to all of you. If you've ever stopped by the website, if you're a subscriber, if you comment on the Instagram, come follow us. You can find us at www.halloweenhaunts365.com. You can find every link we have on the right side: the Instagram, the Facebook, the Twitter. Now we have a TikTok. You can find us on TikTok. It's Halloween Haunts 365. Right now it's mainly just advertisement for the new YouTube content coming, but it's going to be used during haunt season because there's too much funny shit going on in haunts that you can't. You got to use it for TikTok. But yeah, we have every waking way of getting a hold of us. You can also email us at halloweenhaunts365@gmail.com. I check it regularly. Tell us what you think. Tell us what you would like to see in the channel. Like I said, short splats. I'm going to run this for about a month and see if it really takes off. If not, I'll pull it back a little bit to not every day. We'll see. I mean, we're just trying out things. Let me know what you think. I'm having a lot of fun just sitting in front of the camera and bullshitting. Luckily, sometimes for work, I get to sit home on the calls, and when there's no calls, I can work on YouTube. It's really helped the website grow. But now I'm rambling on. This is Short Splats. I'm Jared from HalloweenHaunts365.com. Now, Halloween Haunts 365, the podcast, YouTube, and everything else. See you guys later. Bye.